Okay, here's a short video on resolution of inversions. You know that the 5-7 in root position, you're looking for that seventh, and you saw a description of that in the former video, in the other video. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay in the key of C, but now I'm going to do a first inversion of a G7. And so then I'm going to put the note here, B, and I'm going to go to the root. I'm going to put a D and an F. Now, I've got third, root, fifth, seventh. Now, all I'm looking at is what note is the seventh? The seventh is the F. I'm going to first resolve that down. So that goes to an E. Also, I'm going to make sure that I'm doing a 5 to a 1. The B, very easily, because it is a leading tone, goes to the tonic. That's probably well, not probably, but is the most efficient place to go because it puts the chord into a root, the one chord into a root. Now, check out the root itself, the G. That's in the chord, so I'm just going to leave it there. That's the best voice leading I can do, is to not move at all. And then the only thing that I'm really missing, I'm not missing any of the triad chords, but is what to do with the fifth. And I don't think I want to double the third. I could, but I could also do the root. And as you can see, everybody, that is contrary motion for the tonic. That's a really good resolution of the seventh and all the other elements of the chord. So that's a resolution of a first inversion chord, still considering that the seventh is the most important note I want to resolve, and then the others, of course, follow good voice leading principles. Okay, next, second inversion. So now I'm going to move, of course, the lowest note can't be a B, it's going to be a D. So now the fifth is in the bass. And of course now I can't have the fifth there anymore because I've already used it. So I'm going to keep the seventh where it is and put the third over here. So I need to move how those voices are. Actually, the seventh's going to be there, and this will be the third. All right. Now, what we're going to do is still consider the seventh. Seventh is going to move down to E. In all cases, that F went to an E, resolved downwards. Then next, I left the tonic there because that's the quickest way I can get to the tonic from the fifth, is to go that direction. The G, I'm going to keep it there again. And then finally, I need to resolve the third at the very top. That's a B. And this time I've got a great opportunity to resolve it just like the leading tone of the scale anyway. B goes up to C, and it's contrary motion with the bass. So there you have another, good voice leading situation there. Least amount of movement, but that the seventh is resolving down. So finally we have third inversion. Okay, so I'm going to change the chord again. I will resolve it to a 1, but we're going to see some interesting things going on here. Okay. I'm going to leave those notes where they are. I do have to get rid of the seventh. Yeah, I'll go ahead and change it all. Okay, now I'm going to start with that, and then I'm going to go to I want to move, let's move this note here. I'll do seventh. I'm going to keep I'm going to go ahead and put third there, and then we've got the root over here. I'll put the root over here, and then I'll put the fifth over here. Okay. That's a G7 now with an F in the bass. Okay. So now my F is here. It needs to resolve down to E. So what you'll notice is right away, that's going to be a inversion of the C chord there. And then the rest of them are going to just go where what would be the nearest place that it can go to in the chord. I'm going to leave the G put, just keep it there. I think that the best place for the B to go to is to resolve to C, which is the root. Now I've got all the elements. At this point, I'm doubling something. So it's entirely up to you as far as voice leading what you would like to double. You could double the root and you wouldn't have any voice leading problems. You could go down to here to the C and you would still be going in contrary motion with the tenor. You could have gone up to an E2. You could have doubled the third. That would have been contrary motion with the bass. But at least this is a nice solution to that. I did want to make sure, however, in the video I did notice that for the second inversion chord, let's see here, for the 4-3, I didn't, for the pop chord symbol, properly put the pop chord. I recall now that I didn't change that, and I just want to make sure that you know that if I had the D in the bass, it would be a G7 with a D would be the pop chord symbol for G7. Just to make sure, everybody, I want to make sure that I'm not leading you astray there, and maybe some of you while you were watching the video would notice that and said, hey, he didn't change that note. Anyway, that's what it would be, right? That would be the pop chord symbol. And then my resolution could be to a lot of different places here. In this case, I would probably resolve there because I need a third. I think the best resolution would be at this point here, then to go this way. Because my voices are different than what I had before. I'd go to the E over there, and then I'd go to the C over here. That would be the best voice leading resolution for that. Okay, so that's all the different resolutions of inversions, with the seventh being the most important thing that you're looking for. Oh yeah, I got to put a seventh in there, don't I? I realized no sevenths there. Let's put the seventh in. I can't stand it. I gotta put it in there, and then we'll resolve it. There we go. So as you can see there, I got a doubled third there, and so at that point I need to put a G in there because I can't have that F go to a G. And let's see here. Yeah, that'd be this. And I do have a hidden fifth, but that's all right. Cadentially, that would be fine. All right. So anyway, I hope that is helpful to you. And I know I had a lot going on at the very end there. All right. So now the next subject will be resolutions that are not to the one chord.